but if you consider some of these people who have been on 10, 15 deployments, who have been in 20 or so years, that's 20 years of just getting up and go. And it's almost like you're storing it down, storing it down. And veterans are very good at compartmentalizing. And what that means is a lot of things in your jobs that would normally be traumatizing and shocking to the vast majority of people. And you have to put it into certain ways of understanding and ways of going on. Even if that you serve with dies overseas, best way you can possibly save their life if they're shot is to continue on the mission and suppress the fire and then get to them, or while the medic gets to them. And so you have to be able to be in those sort of modes of like, okay, I still have to do this. Let me put that aside, though, any emotions. And even if they do pass away, you still have to continue the mission. And so there's all sorts of dynamics of that, of seeing life and death on a very edge, and just the sheer fact of putting yourself in a situation where at any given moment you could yourself be in that situation. So that's a very unusual situation to be in, especially over the periods of time that people are deployed, whether it's a 5-month or 14-month deployment or longer, right? You're in the state of life or death is hanging by a thread any given day. And so that's a lot to to deal with. And so one of the hard parts of talk therapy, in my opinion, is all of us, we built up our walls. Our ego has built up this to protect ourselves, to protect our mental landscapes. And the bigger the experiences, the more enforced those walls are. It's common. Like I was in therapy 10 years and we just started bridging into it, because there's not only that trust, but it's just how do you get past those walls of these structures that we built. With psychedelics, it can be a sledgehammer or wrecking ball to that, and the normal frontal cortex ego that we do that's holding on tightly to all that, oftentimes at the risk of our own health, is suppressed, and some of these things come up. And it makes sense from that standpoint is, if you have trauma, you have to contend with it, right? Like you have to deal with it. And oftentimes it's a very physical, emotional thing, because that's where it's stored. It's these emotions that we're not feeling. They understand combat and battle. It's their job. They train day in and day out, and it's second nature. But what they've lost touch with is emotions. And as any of us know that's had really strong sad or anger or what have you, they can be very intense. The beauty of psychedelics, though, controlled set and setting with practitioners that know what they're doing, is it's not just knocking down a dam and letting it all come in. The psychedelic it does work in layers. It's not just here is everything and good luck.